Hi there, and welcome to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It is snowing, and it is really, really cold outside, but maybe not as cold as XOE Inuvik. I don't know. This is going to be an English as a second language lesson. My name is Tim Cornish. I'm your narrator, and I'm going to teach you some pronunciation practice lessons, as well as I'm going to read a piece on Inuvik today. Hopefully that'll be interesting. If you find it really interesting, hit that share button. Good idea. But wait, first, you'll be needing to go into your kitchen and get yourself some popcorn. Popcorn is always good for studying English as a second language. Cheers. Good popcorn. If I get big enough, if you hit share enough, I'm going to call myself Timoplex. Is that a good idea? Maybe. I don't know. You'll also be needing, maybe, Safeway 38 cents ginger ale. Good job. Okay, so start by repeating after me. Billy, button, bought a bag of buttered biscuits. Billy Button bought a bag of buttered biscuits. Good job. Okay, let's try again. She sells sea shells down by the sea shore. She sells seashells down by the seashore. Good job. Okay. I hope your English gets faster and faster. But actually, it's more important that your English gets clearer and clearer. So if you want to speak slowly but clearly, everybody will be your friend. That's good. If you speak quickly and nobody can understand you, well, where are you going to go with that? Nobody's going to understand you. I don't know. XOE That's a Canadian postal code. Yay. Inuvik. Thanks to the nationwide services of Canada Post, you can mail a letter anywhere in the country. Address your letter to the postal code XOE however, and it can only be headed for one destination: Inuvik, Northwest Territories. Sitting some 200 kilometers above the Arctic Circle, Inuvik is one of Inuvik is one of the northernmost settlements in Canada, but the cold, dark winters that blanket this tiny community have not stopped Inuvik from becoming one of the most unique and colorful towns in the western Arctic region. Inuvik is located at the northern end of the Dempster Highway in the Delta region of the Mackenzie River. This is the furthest north you can drive on a public highway on the continent. Beginning in the Yukon at Dawson City, the Dempster Highway travels 681 kilometers, winding its way north through mountains and across the Arctic Circle until it reaches Inuvik. Many people imagine Arctic communities to be nothing more than snow-covered log cabins, fishing huts, or igloos. Fortunately, Inuvik offers much more to its mix of Inuit, Dene, and English-speaking residents. In fact, the town is the first successful, scientifically planned community in Canada. Time for a drink. Narrating this makes your voice really, really hoarse for some reason. Anyway, it was designed as a substitute for the nearby town of Aklavik. When river erosion and unstable soil caused Aklavik to start sinking into the delta, the government decided to replace it by building Inuvik, the area's first modern community offering the same features and services as a typical Canadian town. Though construction on Inuvik began in 1954, it was not an easy task. Building in the Arctic meant overcoming permafrost, a condition that caused the ground to stay frozen all year long. Planners had to develop ways to make sure buildings would remain safe. As a result, many of Inuvik's buildings were constructed on stilts. These stilts, or legs, were driven nearly 20 feet into the frozen ground. Buildings were then erected on the stilts in order to keep the heat outside from melting the ground and causing the buildings to shift or collapse. Metal tunnels, called utilidors, were also part of the design. These tunnels housed all the pipes and wires for heating, water service, and electricity. To complete the unique look of the town, most of the buildings were painted bright pastel colors, a stark contrast to the natural colors of the Arctic wilderness. Inuvik quickly became the government and transportation center for the entire region. During the 70s, it became the supply base for oil and gas exploration activities north of the Arctic Circle. The result was a decade of prosperity for the over 3,000 residents of the town. While Inuvik still serves as a model for urban planning in the north, it is the shared sense of community that gives this cold northern town its warm feel. That's one of the reasons why people from many different cultures list their home address as Inuvik, X0E. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this piece on Inuvik and other pieces on Canada and Canadian things, please hit the share button and you'll get more. Okay, thank you. Bye for now.